This video was sponsored by Enhance, Elbilmek, ABRP Planner, Kempower and Bilkomponenter.
Yo, what's up? Today we're going to be testing something cool, which is this. It is a vehicle to load adapter for Tesla. Tesla doesn't officially support it, but then via some ninja stuff here and the CCS port, we can supposedly pull power out from the Tesla. It works on the CCS native Teslas like Model Y, Model 3, and also the new Model S and X, but not the old Model S and X with the CCS adapter. But yeah, so in short terms, vehicle to load, normally in other cars, they use the onboard charger to transform the DC into AC, and then you output AC via, you know, little plug here. Well, here you have two Shukos. This supports 5 kilowatt. And also here, what we do is that we connect this CCS, and then you trick the car into closing the contactors on the high voltage battery, and then we pull power out from it. And then this box will actually do the DC to AC conversion. And the other systems, the Korean cars or the Chinese cars, they support only one Shuko at 3.7 kilowatt via the adapter. But here, two Shukos, 5 kilowatt. How about we try to charge the Polestar 3 simultaneously as we also heat up the pool? How about that? We need to put this to the test. It comes in this box, CCS V2L discharger, and here's some specification, some stats in the back here, and then okay, we also have this precaution before use. There is a lot of don't do this, do that, you know. So yeah, I'll follow all that. First, maybe, yeah, we need to follow the whole procedure here. Very important how you do this, because it's not supported officially. And when it comes to warranty, I don't know, but Tesla doesn't support this officially, so use at your own risk. I'm gonna try now to not fry Bilkomponenter's Model Y. Oh, by the way, everything you see here is for sale. Yeah, sorry for my voice, I'm still recovering from man flu, but you can buy them, at least most of it, from Bilkomponenter. We have the linear laser with a smart function, freaking insanely good LED bar. Yeah, and then well, you have also the blacked out stuff. But look, how about motorized frunk? Yeah, and you can also close it. Wait, let me see. And there's some bags there that fit the frunk. Yeah, rim guard, perfect for women. I mean, for clumsy people. So yeah, this Model Y is used by Sondre's daughter. So yeah, she put on the rim guards. This is Model Y Performance. Oh, I just realized. And then in the back here, there's some more stuff I need to cover in other episode, which is supposedly a freaking awesome mattress. Wait, they lower it. Okay, there. Yeah, X-Speed. There's a pump and there's a mattress. So I know, you know, summer season is coming. People are gonna go camping and they want something compact. So we'll cover that later. We have also mats all over the place, floor mats and trunk mats. In the back here, yeah, we have the equipment here. Okay, just showing you what is available. But yeah, the EVniculus thingy here, at least Sondre or Bilkomponenter doesn't sell it yet. They might consider it. They actually have considered it. And if you buy it via my link, you get 5% discount, which is actually around, I think about 50-60 euros. But in the front here, yeah, well, aftermarket steering wheel. Yeah, this screen here doesn't work. It's just kaput. Shows incorrect data. This holder here, the sexy button, highly recommended. No knob here though, because I heard that actually the sexy knob is very popular. It's the most popular sexy product over all the other sexy products. So yeah, but let me get the car in the garage first. So the first thing you need to do is disable battery preheating. So you go here to software, press and hold. Okay, no, I think I didn't hold it long enough. Now and then service, Okay, enter. And then it is found here in service settings. And here you have disabled active battery heating. Yeah, charging performance might be reduced. So disable it, and then that should be saved. So we can exit service mode now, because now we need to go into camp mode. And one of the things about, we need to keep the car on, right? Camp mode is one of the tricks, but then HVAC is running. If as soon as you turn off HVAC, then it also exits camp mode. So what you can do to save energy is to go out to auto, only fans 1. And since this is the old Model Y, then the commander and OBD port is in the back here. So the commander has been connected. The commander is the thing that communicates with the sexy buttons and devices. In the Juniper and also Highland, it is located over there. But you see, now I have some stats up here: 75% state of charge, 56.1 kilowatt hour remaining, and you see that in camp mode it pulls 300, 400 watt. But actually, you know what? When you're using vehicle to load with the Korean cars, it also keeps the car awake, and it's also pulling some idle power. So yeah, I think we are ready now to connect the device. You see, this adapter has a built-in battery, and if you don't use it for a long time, you need to charge it up. But normally, with normal use, it will charge up as you use it. It has a USB-C here, a power switch here, and then some display. And then here, just to check, I have the EcoFlow now. We have USB-C 100 watts here, output. And if you plug in this, I did charge it earlier today. Let me see, plug it in there, okay. You see that it's pulling 1 watt. Earlier it pulled around 2-3 watts. I left it there for a couple of hours. Yeah, 2 watts. So it's pulling a little bit now, but we should have enough juice. Unfortunately, this adapter cannot be software updated. So if Tesla changes something with the behavior of the car, then this device might stop working. But it might also work on something quite basic or something fundamental that cannot be changed, because it's all about, you know, starting charging. Okay, another thing you need to check is this. The charge limit needs to be higher than the state of charge. If it's something like this, then, you know, if you plug it in normally, it won't charge. So it needs to have that headroom. So, okay. So it can charge, right? Or discharge. Something like this. Okay, I need to consult to the instruction for new energy vehicle. What is this new energy that Chinese people are talking about? But okay, whatever. I will search, I'll look through this again. But what you need to do is don't connect any devices to it yet. You want to power it on first. There, and then wait. Now it's red. It'll be booting up. The China OS takes around 20-25 seconds. And then once it turns green, or was it yellow? I don't remember here. Then we can plug it into the CCS port. Oh, there, okay. Now we plug it in. I see it's flashing now as if it would be charging. And then we start seeing some stats here. Okay, let's start recording. Well, I need to connect stuff now. So let me connect this side to the Shuko cable that goes to the Polestar 3. It's angled, so that's good, because you want to stay away from the fan. And then this will actually go to the heat pump for the pool. Should be able to connect it here. There. Yeah, so that will be online. So we'll be counting watt hours here. And then this is ready to be plugged in. See, you remember what? Dude, I thought I disabled preheating. Oh, okay. Uh-oh. It seems like it's preheating. So wait, do we have to be in service mode then? So I'm already failing now. Oh yeah, it's preheat. So to switch it off, I've disconnected everything. Press and hold a couple of seconds. And it blinks and then it shuts down. And that also stops the charging session. Then you can disconnect. Well, at least this time we didn't destroy anything. And then this should cool down and then power off by itself. See that, yeah, it's still illuminated, but then eventually it will just shut down by itself if there's no activity. Okay, You see here, of course, my mistake. So of course this is a bit trial and fail, but also it means that you also must do it in this direct order. So you have to be in service mode, but then you start here, and then you go to camp mode in service mode. Of course, that's how it works. And then you want to turn off AC, and then turn down the fan speed to 1. And now we can verify again with the Sexy Button app. We're pulling 400 watts, so that's the minimum idle power. Okay, try again. Fire it up, wait for it. It's green. Now it's not going full blast on the battery heater. Yeah, it actually jumps up and down, 55.7, 55.8, 55.7. It goes like that all the time. So that's probably the trick to keep the session alive. Then connect the charging cable. Let's put some load on this. All right. Oh, did I feel a little bit of conductivity when I touch this? Because it's metal. Let's not touch this. Avoid touching it, or maybe wear gloves, and that should be better. Yeah, it seems like these are non-conductive gloves. And then the Polestar 3, plug it in. Not sure how many amps it wants to charge at. Well, maybe I should have set that before I start charging. Oh, you know what? I should charge at 10 amp, because if I charge it more, then it might blow the fuse, or it overloads the system. And in the Polestar we have 39%. I know that the net capacity, I measure it to be 105 kilowatt hour. So this would be the most inaccurate measurement, or at least in this side, right? But we can measure it also on the cable side, but also turn off HVAC. And this charging cable is really nice. It is from EVniculus.no, because it shows all the stats. Yeah, you can recognize it. This is what I used for the 0 mile test. So here at least it will report how many kilowatt it's pulling. It's pulling 8.5 amps only, the Polestar 3, yeah. And then it will count how many watt hours. Okay, this display is kind of hard to read when it's sitting down like this. I'm not sure if I should tilt it upwards, but we have some, what is that? It's reporting voltage. This is output voltage. And then also how many amps it's pulling. Oh, okay. Oh, so it's pulling almost 9 amp, and then the car gets 8.5, whatever it was reporting, right? Yeah, it's kind of weird setup, because I just use this ADAX plug here to measure things, but also to turn things on and off. So I just call it the pool heat pump, and you see that it is now at 13 degrees Celsius. So when I crank it up, it should fire up. And then we can see here the pool heat pump there. Now it should fire up. Yes, there you go. And they will initiate, and it should start pumping. So I'm just going to keep the pool heat pump at 35 degrees Celsius. I also have it in the in the bedroom here. So yeah, and then we need to get it online, and then I use the other app here for the pool, but it's probably offline still. I'm not sure. Well, it claims to be online. Okay, crank up the temperature. Yeah, now it just claims that it's red, but it's not pulling that much current yet, because the pool heat pump ramps up really slow. It might need 5 minutes to ramp up to 100% power. But also very important, this is not waterproof, so you cannot use it outside in the rain. It needs to be inside, like here in the garage. They also say don't put it in the trunk or something, because the water could run in there. So, you know, yeah, I'm not sure how you're gonna do it to waterproof it, if you need to waterproof it. So this still claims 4 kilowatt, right? Which is typically when you plug it into something 16 amp. But here in the Sexy app, it now reports 4 kilowatt. Total power 5. Okay, went into the hey, okay, now it is pulling. Yeah, we have lost 200-300 watt hour now, so we're discharging. And then this display reports 16 amp there. I mean, combined it should be around 20 amps, right? We're still at only 3.7 kilowatts, and then the car charging is around 1.8 kilowatt. Well, this is kind of silly. Every time you enter the Polestar 3, it fires up the HVAC. Even though I turn it off, it doesn't remember the state. Just like many other things here, when they set stuff, like when I go here, driving, set it to performance mode, it doesn't remember it. And also you cannot change language because it's, but wait. The map is bugged also now. Also here. This is supposed to be range and all that. It's bugged. We need to reset by pressing this button to hold it down to reset everything. Now here it comes. Okay, finally. We're just waiting for data from China. What about the map? Map is still bugged. Okay, but anyway, we're still charging. Hey, this is strange. Oh, yeah, the heat pump for the pool goes in cycles. So it will ramp up a bit and then stop a bit, and then, yeah, it goes in waves. So, yeah, if we want to do a stress test, I should just put a PTC heater on the outlet and pull 2 kilowatt flat from it. Okay, maybe we just disconnect this. Yeah, the pool doesn't matter what we use, right? And then just put in a resistive heater instead. And then does it fire up? Yes, it becomes hot. We just need anything to pull the load here. Because with a heater on full blast, which is 1.5 kilowatt, then you see here that we start seeing some stats, 0.4 kilowatt hour. But that was mainly from the heat pump before we switched. So we're pulling 3.3 kilowatt, 14.5 amp out of around 20, no, actually more, because it's only 228 volts. So you can probably pull around 22 amps, right? So we're actually not even loading it that hard. Not sure how you're gonna do it though, on 2 Shukos. Well, if you look at thermal camera, yeah, it's running at around 60% load. What at the temperature I'm talking about here? Seems like it's hottest around there. 26 degrees Celsius. Okay, so it's not that hot. Okay, calibration. Yeah, well, I mean, mainly because the fan is blowing all the heat out of here. So near the fan we have around 32 degrees Celsius. Yeah, and then the cable here shouldn't be hot at all because it's pulling. Yeah, it's quite thick cable. So nothing there. You can see if there's any heat going on here in general. Yeah, there's slight heat over there, and then of course here we want to see some real heat. This is 80, yeah, around 80 degrees Celsius. Not sure if it's PTC or what kind of element it is running. Right, the test has been running for several hours. I think it's time to end it. The longer, actually, the better for how accurate we want everything. So you have some numbers here, some numbers there. Let's check that first. Okay, I disconnected it. We have 6.8 kilowatt hour. And then the Polestar, we are at 44%. And the charging cable will stop the charging at 10.4 kilowatt hour after almost 5.5 hours. And the adapter shows 17.8 kilowatt hour. And then in the Tesla, we now have 36 kilowatt hour remaining. Okay, now I'm gonna stop the discharging, or well, yeah, so the way we do it, just press and hold, click, goes red. All right, we're done. And then the display went black there. Okay, all good. Actually doesn't feel hot at all. You've been pumping out all the heat here. Of course, if we look at the numbers here, Tesla has outputted 19.8 kilowatt hour, and since this is quite low output, there is not much hammer losses, discharging losses. And then the adapter receives 17.8 kilowatt hour, and then the Polestar got 10.4 kilowatt hour via that cable, and then the heater another 6.8 kilowatt hour. So the two consumers here combined is 17.2 kilowatt hour. So it's actually 0.6 kilowatt hour less than what the adapter reports. But I think it's reason to believe that the adapter kilowatt hour is after the conversion loss, and that becomes around 10%. So yeah, it's, I guess, not the worst, I was expecting lower, maybe 8%, because I measured actually in the Model 3 charging loss. That's for, you know, AC charging, and it was actually faster, around 6 or 7 kilowatt. It would have only 8% charging loss, because Tesla uses quite efficient silicon carbide onboard charger. But here, okay, maybe this hardware is not the top notch when it comes to efficiency, but still 10% loss, considering, okay, there's also, yeah, you have the drain or the idle power that was running here, 300, 400 watts, right? That also counts in the whole total here. So I think actually it's not that bad. I don't know what you guys think, but you know, at least I didn't measure 20% loss. It's 10% roughly there, yes. So, I mean, this device, I heard that many Tesla owners, they are interested in it. And I was quite surprised that it's not that heavy for a 5 kilowatt converter. It's not that big and heavy, and it didn't produce that much heat. Well, at least when we measure it, but it was probably very good at transporting it out. But 10%, yeah, well, it should mean that, yeah, also I forgot to mention, I was running it at only around 3 kilowatts. If you run it at 5 kilowatt, the efficiency should be slightly better, because then the idle power here would be less significant than it is now, right? So maybe then we can get around 8% losses. But like 5 kilowatt in this box here, that's pretty impressive stuff, man. Yeah, we didn't run into any problems. As long as we set up everything correctly, then you can discharge it like this. And you can use this for camping, or maybe you want to discharge it something. So prime example, at least at my home, is that the heat pump, as you guys seen it, or maybe you didn't see too many details about it, for the heat pump for the pool, it can only pull around 2.1, 2.2 kilowatt. And then when we have those low prices, they usually last only maybe 2 hours, right? So I can only pull 2.5 kilowatt hour, or let's say 4 kilowatt hour during that period. But a Tesla can then charge much faster at 11 kilowatt. So I can then quickly consume the cheap electricity in here, and then we transfer it here, right, to the pool, or something that takes longer time to discharge. So yeah, at least we tried it now, this device. So yeah, it's interesting to test something, and this enables vehicle to load also in Tesla, at least unofficially. So what do you guys think, huh? Would you buy this device? Huh? I like the design. I like the casing and everything. It's well, okay, it's a bit dark now. Yeah, been running the test for a bit too long, but at least we tested it. It's cool. Maybe when I have other ideas, I could try it out. Maybe you guys have some good ideas what we can do with this adapter. Yeah. But anyway, I think that's going to be it for now. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. As always, thank you for watching, and talk to you later. And also remember, you can use my code and you get 5% discount.